The WWE, who are the new stars of the future? We know now that Shawn Michaels and indeed The Undertaker, well, Shawn's gone and The Undertaker looks like he only has a couple of years left. So, who is going to lead the way? Now, this past Monday on Raw, it was a very different scenario. I wouldn't say it was a good show last Monday, but it had a lot of those new guys in there. We had those mid-card new guys, sort of like CM Punk. He's there a while now, but he's not a veteran. Then we had the lower guys like your Sheamus and the other new guys who were in there, all getting a place, such as Wade Barrett also. So finally we're getting that breakthrough where it's not a shock now to see these guys in matches. Indeed, Daniel Bryan taking on Batista. Did you expect to see that? Is it finally a time now where new guys are going to get a push, whether or not Triple H agrees?
Yeah, I think they need to step it up because they know they're in trouble with, especially if Dave's going to bow out and he doesn't. Well, he hasn't got his Fulham role, and if that goes tits up, Trips is pulling it back a little bit. Shawn is gone. Taker's probably got a couple of really good matches left in him. Not, I'd say less than 10, and I'm sure the target there is to make it 20-0, but that's going to be pretty tough work, I think, for the dead man. But certainly since the draft, you can definitely see the change in both brands, and it was refreshing. Wasn't, like you say, the greatest show, and neither was SmackDown this week, but it was fresh, and it was good to see the likes of the Hart Dynasty. Then you have, like you say, people like Punk and some of the other bigger talent, but some that have been drafted over, a bit worrying. I don't know if they'll manage to stay on too long, but certainly fresh. I don't know stars of the future. I think Sheamus certainly will be one to stick it out. Drew, I think, over on SmackDown, but I don't know who else.
It's hard to pick who these guys are in terms of being pushed, the most pushed. I mean, right now, Daniel Bryan was given some importance when put in there with Batista and allowed to work competitively. Sheamus, we know, has had the belt, and he isn't having any trouble staying up there at the top. I mean, by all accounts, we would have maybe expected, after WrestleMania, for him to sort of slip down to that lower card. It didn't happen. I mean, he's stayed there. He is still in matches with top guys. We see him in the ring with Randy Orton. So it's a very interesting time, and I think a great time for these young stars as well to be pushed and to break through, because I think now we're at a time when they simply have to, whether they want to or not. They've got to pick guys. They can't just get a Mr. Kennedy, now Mr. Anderson, or an Elijah Burke, now the Pope. They can't do it to guys like that, where they literally just build them up and push them, and then finally decide to just de-push them. They have no choice now. Your Justin Gabriels, your Sheamuses, your Evan Bournes, your Bryan Danielsons, these are the guys. But like you say, who is the guy who will go all the way to the top? Now, I've heard that lately when WWE are signing developmental talent, that they're not just looking for the big guys like your Biggie Langston or that huge build anymore. They're also looking for guys that are a little bit more athletic. So I think this opens up the doors for perhaps guys who haven't even made it there yet. Guys like Tyler Black from Ring of Honor. Maybe we are going to see Roderick Strong get in there. I mean, we've now got enough Ring of Honor guys in there to say that this is in fact a possibility now. Yeah,
that coupled with the fact you've got to wonder, although WWE is aware of TNA, and as they do best, never acknowledge the opposition, you have to wonder, will they be open to taking guys in and not burying them like they used to do quite a lot with like Christian didn't really get off to the greatest start, although he did become ECW champion, but it was a slow build, and even at that he's still in that little mix in the middle. But will they open the doors to guys like AJ if he decides to leave TNA? Will he be welcomed in? Where does he get put on the card? Will he get squashed? Will they take somebody like Joe?